Hello guys, good morning and welcome back to our channel Bharat Legal Bytes. Today in this video we are gonna show you our PPT presentation competition. This is gonna be held today and I am being participated. So guys, हम आप लोग को दिखाएंगे कि आज PPT presentation में क्या क्या होता है और हम लोग यहाँ पे क्लासेस में देखिए प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं. वी आर प्रैक्टिसिंग. आफ्टर दैट वी आर गोना रॉक. जो भी होगा देखा जाएगा गाइज. वी आर प्रैक्टिसिंग, कुछ बना रहे हैं पीपीटी उपटी. ये भी हमारा मित्र आ चुके हैं. तो गाइज हम आप लोग को दिखाएंगे पीपीटी क्या होता है. सॉरी, आप लोग को तो पता ही है पीपीटी होता क्या है. तो उसी में हम लोग कुछ वही ठीक है. मिलते हैं आप लोग को कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में. यहाँ पे फर्रे बना रहे हैं हम लोग ताकि वहाँ पर तो चीटिंग अलाउड नहीं है. पीपीटी से हम लोग देख सकते हैं थोड़ा बहुत, बट चीटिंग अलाउड नहीं है. बट वी आर मेकिंग फर्रेस फॉर द पोडियम पे हम लोग रख देंगे. जो हम भूल जाएंगे वो हम बोल देंगे. पोडियम के नीचे रखेंगे. करेक्ट. सो फर्रे बना रहे हैं. किसी को बताना मत अभी. नहीं, वो कंपटीशन होने के बाद क्या करेंगे वो लोग. कंपटीशन खत्म हो जाएगा, वीडियो तो तब डलेगी ना जब कंपटीशन खत्म हो जाएगा. तो गाइस ठीक है, बहुत दिमाग है.
The motives of the day will be, as we all know that internet has provided the maximum advantages for mankind, it has its disadvantages too. Likewise, cyberbullying. It has become one of the major issues worldwide. Cyberbullying is when either a person or a group of persons through the mode of internet or devices or any type of technology are used.
कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल में
सबसे पहले मैं कराऊंगा अपनी बेइज्जती. मैं सेकंड टर्म पे से कराऊंगा. फिर मैं
ये भी जा रहा है गाइस. ये पार्टिसिपेट नहीं किया है बट ये देखने जा रहा है. सो गाइस लिसन, हमारे जो मंत्र है आज का वो ये है, फोकस. थॉट्स ऑफ द डे आप लोग बोल सकते हैं. फोकस ऑन इम्प्रूविंग नॉट प्रूविंग. दिस इज आवर थॉट. और उस हौसले के साथ हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. ठीक है गाइस. ओके गाइस, तो हम लोग कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल में, अरे हट, कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल में मिलते हैं आप लोगों से. थैंक यू.
The freedom of speech is not a freedom to harass, intimidate, or threaten others. We need to find a balance between free speech and protecting vulnerable individuals online. A very good afternoon to the respected members of the jury, my faculty members, and my fellow participants. I, Aman Dubey, from 4th semester of BA LLB.
I, Mariam Akram, from BA LLB 4th semester, and we are honored to be standing in front of you. Today, we will be discussing about criminalizing cyberbullying, balancing free speech and online safety. The motives of the day will be the introduction of cyberbullying, types of cyberbullying, its relevant case laws, and its conclusion.
Okay, so just imagine you have worked really hard throughout your academic year, and also you topped in your state. But and some of our media personals interviewing you and your videos are going viral all over the internet. But eventually you see the comment section, you find out that you are getting this fame not because of your hard work, but because of your bad looks as per the societal standards. So just imagine how could you feel. This is not just about you. It could happen to anybody with your loved ones, like your daughter, sister, or your friend. So, and that's how thousands of innocent souls are feeling right now all over the internet and world. And even the present generation has normalized it so much so that anything you do can put you in a vulnerable position. The meme pages, just to make views, are constantly exploiting insecurities of vulnerable sections.
As we all know that internet has maximum of its advantages, but it has its disadvantages too. Likewise, in cyberbullying has become one of the major concerns worldwide. Cyberbullying is when either a person or a group of persons try to harass another person through the mode of internet, social media platform, or by the devices, and which result in the mental illness and anxiety of another person. Cyberbullying is as similar as real-life bullying. It consists of acts like cyberstalking, sending obscene messages, emails, etc. When we come to learn about the types of cyberbullying, we can see that the harassment, exclusion, cyber stalking, outing, doxing are all the types of cyberbullying that a person can harass another person by these ways.
So now let's talk about the main topic, the first case laws of our topic, criminalizing cyberbullying, balancing free speech and online safety. Our today's case is Sibani Barik versus State of Odisha. Let's talk about the facts of the case. The allegation against the petitioner is that she, along with the co-accused Upendra Mahananda, have caused direct and indirect mental torture on the deceased Padmanochan, which resulted in him committing suicide. The accused married the deceased on 21st February 2019, but prior to that, the accused was in a love relationship with the co-accused that continued after the marriage. And the co-accused had sent some of her intimate TikTok videos and deceased, which also streamed online. The shame and betrayal caused by watching the videos made him suffer mentally, which resulted in him committing suicide by hanging himself from the ceiling fan of his bedroom. Now let's talk about the issues of this case. From the initial investigation, it was evident that the co-accused is responsible for the abatement of suicide. However, more information and evidence need to be gathered in order to reach a conclusion based on this the petitioner requested bail. So now we'll see the arguments of the petitioner and arguments of the respondent. So let's talk about the judgment first. Further investigation might bring in more evidence, but currently the role of the co-accused is more evident, considering he prepared the videos and shared, published, and sent them to the deceased. The petitioner was already kept in custody for a considerable period to make sure that she does not tamper with witnesses and any evidence. The role of the petitioner is not completely ruled out, but more evidence is required to reach a conclusion. Invoking section 306 would be absurd. Hence, the petitioner deserves the benefit of bail. These are some relevant sections which is related to our topic, cyberbullying.
Now, let's see the another case law, which is Yogesh State versus Yogesh Prabhu. Here, this case deals with the sending of obscene emails to a girl by the accused. In this case, a girl name was Sonali. She became the friend through an online platform which name is Orkut. But after meeting the
Derogatory remarks or normal remarks by themselves to the funeral of Shiv Thakre, the leader of Shiv Sena. And that time she was arrested by police, and then she challenged the whole scenario. She challenged the section 66A of the IT Act 2000. Thereon, Supreme Court has declared the under doctrine of severability that this section 66A is unconstitutional. And also Article 19(2) of the Indian Constitution provides reasonable restriction, grounds of reasonable restriction, which is we can conclude the freedom of speech and expression and cyberbullying. Both are we need to find a balance, and also we should also think upon the severity of crime, how serious it is. So at the end of the conclusion, I would like to say, if you are gonna use the internet, just think twice before commenting derogatory words like women, men will be man, and etc. etc. These words are completely normal, but nowadays these words are becoming tools for harassing others. So not just for us, it's also for the people who know. We are thankful to having here. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
thanks for your teacher's side.
So let me proceed on our second case law. Our second case law name is Om Prakash and others versus Radhachandran. In this case, there was a lady who was named Narayana Devi. At the age of 15, she was married with a man. After her 3 months, her husband was died due to For these circumstances and other things, she moved to his family, parents for their well-being and for educational purposes. After